welcome back to my channel. So this is another card for the state swap. So I'm going to be using the Little Love die that I bought from the range. I did manage to find it on eBay, so I will leave that linked. I'm also using the Yappy by Heffy Doodle, and then I'm also taking the Foxy's Costumes Before and After by Long Fawn, and I'm also using a 6x4 inch card. So the first thing I did is worked out everything on my layouts, and I'm going to be using a circle die which is 8 centimeters. I will leave them linked in my description, and then just taking my Memento ink. I'm taking the, I can't pronounce it, so I'm not even going to attempt. And if you have a stencil, then that'll work great, but I don't have many stencils in my stash at the moment, so I'm using what I have. And a die cut is just as simple as a stencil, apart from it doesn't lie flat, so you just have to be a bit more cautious with what you're doing. So all I'm doing is I'm just going in circular motions, and I'm also using a post-it note to make sure it doesn't go on the outside of the circle, because I do want to try and keep this contained. So I'm going to insert some music, and I'm going to speed this up a little bit, because this process really is just repetitive. And then also I just color in and stamp on my images. So I do stamp my post box twice because I forgot that it has the word "you" in it, and I didn't want that, so I ended up restamping it and masking it. So that's pretty much that. So I'll insert some music. I'll also put in a time frame of when I start coloring in. I'm also sorry for the lighting, it keeps like changing. That's just because when I was filming it was just a really dark, gloomy day, and the sun kept trying to come out and everything, and it just didn't work. So I do apologize for that. But I'm going to start talking, and I'll see you soon. I've coloured everything in, I'm just taking the coordinating dies and I'm just going to die cut those, and this is everything die cut. And the best thing about this stamp set is it cuts little slits inside the post box and both of them, and I just think it's a great way. So what I was trying to do is I was trying to make it look like the box was behind. I really should have probably just stamped this first in the background instead of die cutting it, but it didn't really matter. It worked out the way I wanted it eventually. So I'm just bringing in everything and working out the placements and stuff, and I find this generally is the hardest thing that I do. Like, I can never, you know, figure it out. Also, the sentiment that I'm using is from the Yappy Happy, but I have cut it. So it used to say a card full of hugs, so I just cut the hugs bit off so I can use the card full of and then just add whatever I want to. But if you're going to do that, just make sure you cut it at the right angle and you don't actually cut off anything important, because I've done that a couple of times in the past. So I just took my Tuxedo black ink and stamped it. I was going to stamp this straight, but I was just like, you know, me and doing straight lines never seems to work, so let's just not bother. So I'm going to color in the love to make it match. So I'm just taking the yellow pro marker and using just the chiseled end. And I do have a glass top now, which I didn't really show you because it just sort of like appeared, I guess. So originally my mom and stepdad, they used to have an aquarium downstairs at the bottom. So we had like this little alcove thing, and it used to have a fish tank in there. Eventually we had to get rid of the fish tank, and we had like a piece of plastic sheeting in there until we got a glass piece to fit. And that was like when I lived here. I've not lived here for like 7 years now, so it has been a while waiting. They finally bought one, problem being my stepdad accidentally knelt on it and it smashed, like it cracked down the middle, so they had to get another piece cut. But I didn't want them to waste the glass thing, because even though it like cracked in a certain place, it wasn't a sharp edge or anything, it was like a clear cut. So I just decided to take it and use it in my craft room, and it was very, very inexpensive anyways, so it didn't really matter. Anyway, I've just been using some multi-matte medium glue to adhere things down, and as you can see, I just drew some pencil marks of where I want my cardboard box to go. I also use glossy accents and Wink of Stella in this. I don't think I've not done a card yet that I've not used my glossy accents or Wink of Stella on. I don't know. I think I have a little bit of a problem, but I just think it adds something to the end. So yeah. Also, I'm going to be taking some sequins, and the sequins I'm going to be using are from the range, and I also use some neat and tangled ones. So if you look in my description, a lot of the time if I'm using any neat and tangled products, in brackets it will say discontinued March 2021, and that's basically because the store did close, and anything that is on the website, if it's out of stock, it's very unlikely to come back into stock, because obviously they're no longer creating stuff, and it's a little bit of annoying because like I've always just like got into that brand and I was really enjoying it, but yeah. Anyway, I also used some 3D foam adhesive squares just to prop up my little fox. So the fox is actually from a Halloween stamp set, and I just thought, you know, how many times do you see little kids, you know, running down the streets wearing onesies or costumes all year round? And I just thought, you know what, let's just do this anyways. Also, the person I'm sending it to, her profile picture is of a fox, and that was just a coincidence I didn't even realize. So I really hope she likes this card. So I also apologize if you can hear dogs barking. It is quite warm today for us, and I've got my window open, so you will probably hear a little bit of commotion, so I apologize for that. Also, I'm not much of a state card, so these, like I say, are state cards, but I can never find one which is for Lancashire. I can't find the map, and I don't necessarily like the whole idea of just like printing things out. So, 1 second, guys. I just closed my window, hopefully you can't hear it as loud. But here's the sequins. So the sequins on the orange ones are from the range, and then I'm using frosted pine, and I've worked out my placements and everything already, and I just think they sort of like coordinate with this. But yeah, So obviously for a state card, you're supposed to do something from the UK or whatnot, but like I just don't like the idea of just printing like a map off and just sticking it to a card front. So this way they can put this up and have it up all year round. And also on the inside, I'll just put some facts about the UK on some post-it notes, and then, you know, I'll also probably put a Union Jack sticker on the front of the envelope or something so they know it's from the UK. But yeah, apart from that, that's it for this card. I do just bring in my personal stamp and stamp the back, and then also like add my post-it notes that I've already wrote out. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'm just taking glossy accents for the wings, and then the labels and the heart and the stamp, just to make them stand out a little bit. Now normally I would go over my sequins and make them into an embellishment, but I didn't decide to do that this time, so. And then I'm just taking my Wink of Stella pen to my love die, and I think it just turned out, I just added something so it draws your attention to it, but not too much. But that's it for this video, guys. Make sure you are subscribed because I love sharing my content with you guys. I also let to know what you think. Also, if you've done a state card, let me know what you did and what stamps that you used, because I'd love to see what everybody's creating. Like, I'm not actually part of the state swap altogether. I just decided that I wanted to send a couple to a couple of people, so I'm not actually going to be sending 50 state cards out because I have too many cards that I'm sending as it is. So, but yeah, so I've got 2 which are for the US state, and then I have 1 person which is from Dorset, which is in the UK, so it's fine. But that is it for the video, guys. So make sure you hit that thumbs up button so I know what kind of content you are like. Comment down below what your favourite part of the card is. And also make sure you are following me over my Instagram because I am so close to reaching 1,000. Hopefully when this video goes up, I will have hit 1,000. And if I do, I will be doing a giveaway. So make sure you are following me over there. And the person this card is going to doesn't have Instagram, but she has a Facebook. So I will leave the Facebook linked in my description as well. And I will see you in my next video, guys. Stay safe, happy crafting, and I hope you're all well. Bye, guys.